I've got a hell of a lot of reviews to do, so I'm going to put them first. This isn't really a review considering I only seen 13 minutes of it, but Wild Nights Family is terrible. It's supposed to be a comedy, but the jokes are, like, honestly, I would much rather watch Family Guy, and I hate Family Guy. Because the jokes are like, I swear to God, if you don't shut up, it's like I'm going to kiss you on the lips, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. Ellie said that to her girlfriend. And sort of things like, this poetry has no rhythm. I love it. And it just, I have a thing about that, like, is her poetry actually good, or are we just deluding ourselves in the thinking that it is? Although I'm not really a fan of poetry. Anyway, My Friend Dahmer mixed ratings. It is not a horror. Watched it on Film 4. No one I recognize is in this. It's good. Also, I read Incoming, the Marvel one-shot. Initially, it seemed like it was going to be like Identity Crisis, but then it just devolved into showing as much Marvel characters as they can and not really doing anything with them. Like, the show Nova, and I mean, technically, that there is a reason why he didn't appear. Like, he only had one Bennett, because like the whole plot of it is that someone's murdered, and they can't really solve it. But the like Halistar, whatever the hell it's called, is at the crime scene, which both the Nova Corps and Captain Marvel have, like, on their chests and stuff. It's their logo, so they call it Nova. He's like, no, I can't do that because actually, by the way, I died. I don't read Nova, so I don't really know everything about that, but I mean, it's possible that it's establishing other one shots and stuff like that in events. Because I know the only reason why I read Incoming, the only reason why I heard of Incoming is because to read the last bit of Magnificent Miss Marvel, you need to read Outlawed, and to read Outlawed, you need to read Incoming. So I read Outlawed. It's good. And honestly, when I was reading it, I felt like shouting at that guy, the one that fucked everything up, and like Oliver Queen going, "You have just proven the point that you were trying to disprove." And then after that, you need to read Champions, possibly. I don't really know if Champions or Miss Marvel comes first. And what issue of if Champions is this? It's not gonna let me know because this is fucking stupid. As far as I know, this is issue 5, so I can't do a review for. Yeah, I can't do a review for it because what I'm gonna do is I like it, so I'll finish issue 5, do the review, then I'll read the next 5 because there only is 10, and I'll do an FR. Then I'll go back to Magnificent Miss Marvel. I feel like there's more to say. Because I was thinking we need to talk about this, and this, and basically all school, but I can't remember right now. Anyway, this school on Wednesday, the 16th of November 2022. I got a haircut, and everyone was going, "Hey, I love it," except for like 2 people. One person was like, "Dylan, what have you done?" And someone else, I was behind them. I went, "Hey, person, And she turned around and was like, "Whoa, what have you done, Dylan?" I was going to save this for the end of the day because it's the Wednesday English teacher, but I might as well talk about it now. When she saw me, she literally screamed. I was like, "Yes, Dylan, I love it." Thanks, everyone. I was feeling insecure about the haircut because it's not the haircut that I wanted. Because I screwed up. I thought what I wanted was a 4. Turns out what I want is not a 4. Someone told me what I wanted was a 4. I want it longer than what I got, but hopefully it grows back. So I'm trying to think of what's next. Oh, my foreign teacher asked to borrow my charger, and I've just realised that I forgot to get it back, which sucks because I only just got it back. Um, no media today. He was busy doing something else, so we went to study, and we had to watch 2 videos. One on like the evolution of consoles and stuff like that, and another one was I thought it was going to be the development history of AC, but because I thought, okay, that he's going to say that that's relevant to media, but no, it was the story of AC, which was surprising. Maybe it's just so that we all get a feel for it, although it is a fantastic video. They talked about the fucking Isu, which, I mean, if you play, like most people play just like Black Flag and sometimes Syndicate, maybe a bit of Origins, and like not, they would kind of a fan of AC, but very, very casual. Me, I'm a massive fan. I know about the Isu, I know about the Grey, etc. I made multiple videos about AC and all that, even though it's just reposts of Red Lotus Assassins videos, which is where I learned all this stuff. But there still is a bit of casualness to this video because she doesn't talk about the Grey, and also she talked about it. And I get why she talked about it in chronological order, but I feel like she should have done it in the order that the games presented it in. Anyway, so I was doing the work, watching videos, writing the notes, and the study teacher was looking at my iPad for the classroom setting. I'm just gonna have that's too fat, it's too much to say, so I'm just gonna have to say Big Brothering, I guess. So she was Big Brothering my iPad, and she didn't lock it, which was surprising. Like, I asked, and people said, "Oh, but she knows that we're doing this in class." But she, like, what about the stuff that isn't stuff that we're actually studying? It's just sort of practice, like when we done the Fifth Harmony music videos. Because Fifth Harmony music videos might as well be classified as porn. So we had to watch porn in study in September. I didn't do it. I waited till I got home, then did it so that she wouldn't be like, "What is this degenerate filth you're watching, Dylan? How dare you watch pornography in class? You're getting kicked out." And I would agree that Fifth Harmony is degenerate trash. Anyway. So I'm trying to think what's next. Right, I had a meeting period free with the English teacher because all the stuff that happened last week, but stuff that didn't happen. And the meeting had nothing to do with it. It was, come in, Uh, so you get all that stuff sorted with Judy. Yeah, emailed the person, and I'm only doing the Friday Judy now. Oh, that's okay. You can go now. Mailhead here walks by, comes in. Actually, Dylan, I need to talk to you for a second about Judy. Actually, sir, I just talked about him by Judy. Oh, okay. And I sat down and started talking about me for a bit. I was like, so, Dylan was a bit mean to a student. I did try to say I wasn't. I haven't spoken to her. I said I haven't spoken to her since June or the last careers class, which I don't even think that's true. The last time I definitely remember talking to her was in February because Euphoria was still airing at the time, and we were talking about it. So I try to explain that, and she's like, "Oh, usual BS." And she called it an incident, which no, it's not an incident. Rule 41: do not get involved with students. It's not an incident. Anyway, I didn't finish that AC work, and went to finish it again, and the teacher came down and started to look at everyone from the bottom of the class instead of the top. So I didn't do it. I didn't do the work. I just quickly put it off, and she probably didn't notice because I wasn't being subtle about it at all. And I just read until she pissed off. Which reminds me, I finished We Can Remember It For You Wholesale by Philip K. Dick. It's good, but I would say the movie is better. Anyway, I think that's it. Yeah, just got to assume that's it. Sorry, I'm hiccuping. This Twitter, as of 23 to 7 p.m., Jimmy Fallon is not dead. Oh God, it's World War III. Now the Trump is back. Ah. All he did was basically say, "Hey, the quartering thought things out with me reasonably and corrected his story, and I appreciated that." Taylor Lorenz. No, you do not have to give it up for a man who continues to harass your female colleagues and will never remove all the rampant lies, gender harassment he posts about us. The only thing I really know about the quartering is that he was like the one of the prominent players in Falkgate. For those who don't know, Falkgate was a thing where this Magic the Gathering cosplayer said she was leaving the community because she had been non-stop harassed, and the quartering asked for evidence of the harassment, and he just got cancelled from the community. Like, he didn't deny that it happened, he just asked for evidence. Anyway, you have the immense privilege to be able to call this man out online in a viral Twitter thread. We do not. Gendered harassment equals criticizing a female. One thing that's been interesting to observe is that since Elon took over Twitter, all the bullshit weekly trends like trans visibility have magically vanished. No, they haven't, Candace. We still have BS trends like World War III. Anyway. But always at left-wing activists were manufacturing absurd trends out of thin air. Honestly, it does feel like it's Black History Month every month. Anyway, dangerous anti-vax sentiment being promoted by Checks Notes, Pfizer and Moderna. Why are Klaus Schwab and Bill Gates at the G20 summit? Why are they participants on the same level as leaders of sovereign countries? Comedian Dave Chappelle reportedly tricked SNL producers into allowing his controversial stand-up routine in relation to Ye to be broadcast by providing them with a fake monologue during dress rehearsal. Word count MIT's puff piece on SBF. Fraud, 0. Enron, 0. crime, 0 illiquid, 0 stolen, 0 hidden, 0 criminal backdoor. Sorry, criminal 0, backdoor 0. He's getting sleep 1. Democrats were too busy pissing their pants over Elon to realize that their top donor was a massive fraud. During a press briefing Monday, Biden called on just 4 pre-approved reporters to ask questions and insisted that they were allowed only 1 question each. Elon has taken no prisoners at Twitter. We're all prisoners, dickhead. A move that triggered detractors. Musk publicly fired an employee who chose to air dirty laundry on Twitter itself. Spencer Lim's NBC News have some top tips for parents who are concerned about their children catching respiratory viruses, keeping them away from dirty, unvaccinated people. The podcast episode is a best-selling author person who is going to discuss how elites have weaponized mental illness via climate change fantasism, creating a new generation of pathological privileged narcissists. Improve your city. Remove public art. Meaningless, rootless, soulless, blindless ugliness. Towns and cities are littered with meaningless, ugly, and soulless so-called public art. According to a Polish radio broadcaster, Radio Z, local reports said what hit place is most likely the remains of a rocket shot down by Ukraine's armed forces. While Kari Lake was campaigning and earning votes, the demos in Arizona were ballot capturing and tracking down mail-in ballots. Politics is no longer about crowds messaging our sport, it's about machinery and winning the game. Always ask, who benefits? Who benefits from missiles striking Poland? Russia doesn't benefit from NATO invoking Article 5 to declare full war against Russia in defense of its territory. Most suicidally bloodthirsty psychotic maniacs are screaming for Article 5 or under the insane pretense that Russia wouldn't empty its nuclear arsenal across the whole fucking world if Poland decided to go apeshit over 2 stray missiles. Motherfuckers need to calm down. Looking for more shrapnel, looking more like shrapnel, not actual missiles hitting Poland. Take a breath, warmongers.
Highly aware of all that you've given this family, I still don't miss you. When you died, I felt like there was a hole. I missed something, but it wasn't you. It was the idea of what you could become. I missed being able to hope and wish that one day you'd turn a corner and see the world from my perspective. I missed the idea that one day you might help me fight for the things that matter. I missed my fantasy of you. Because when you died, it solidified the fact that you'll never be what you could have been, but only what you are. And what you are is a racist, misogynistic, xenophobic, Trump-loving, cis-straight white man. That is all you will ever be to me. And Dad, before you tell me to respect the dead, please remember that you disrespected and disregarded the lives and deaths of entire communities of people with your ideology. You told me to never back down, so I won't. You know for a fact that even against you, I'm not afraid to share my peace. You are everything I aspire not to be, and I refuse to stand up here and sing the praises of a man who is the paradigm of white supremacy. So I'll take your racist mindset, I'll take your money, and I'll take your advice. And I swear to God I will make this world a better place. Not at all because of you, but in exact opposition to you. Thank you.
I hate my dad, but I would never say that. Ukraine memes for NATO teens. Based wolves. So are children being exposed to porn, debt, vaccines, pedos, CRT, Satan, and LGBTQ? That's transphobic. Anyway, so our children are innocent, but are being exposed to porn, debt, vaccines, pedo, CRT, Satan, and LGBTQ. I mean, well, I don't understand what's... Right. Either I'm taking this the wrong way, or gays posting their elves online is taking it the wrong way. To me, this seems like Ukraine memes for NATO teens is saying that children are innocent, but their innocence is being corrupted, it's being killed by these things. So it's saying that these things are bad. These things are bad. Well, vaccines are good, but the others aren't. But I don't know. not really know why. Ukrainian military telegram admits that the deadly explosion in Poland was caused by a Ukrainian anti-missile defense to protect the country against Russian missile barrages. Remember, only Russia carries out false flags. Preliminary assessments from US intelligence later suggesting the missiles fired by Ukrainian forces at an incoming Russian one. So Ukraine lied about it to frame Russia and potentially escalate World War III. Insanity. Zelensky. Terror is not limited to our national borders. Russian missiles hit Poland to fire missiles at NATO territory. This is a Russian missile attack on collective security. This is very significant escalation. We must act. You did it. Fact check. Wrong. New Razum, whatever that is, poll shows a strong majority of Americans think drag queen story time is inappropriate for children. It is. New report finds 20% of all children in UK are missing from school as parents still panicked by pandemic fear-mongering keep them at home. Another pair of posh trust fund babies were allowed to damage a priceless historical painting Tuesday, prompting calls for a stop to the coddling of such environmental activists. Pretty hard to fact-check published newspapers. Sheer madness. Russian bombs hit Poland. Russian missiles hit Poland. New Twitter CEO Elon has continued to weed out the woke workers by firing at least another 20 staff who were engaged in slacking them off and social media platforms' internal Slack channels. A blend of potentially World War escalating missile attack on Russia when Ukraine fired the missile, and we're all just supposed to forget about it and move on. Well, yes, because that's the point. They genuinely believe that it is impossible for Ukraine to do anything wrong.
Reprendre des choses, il faut l'accord de la FIFA, l'accord de la fédération. Après, sur le sujet, bien sûr, j'ai mon opinion personnelle et ça rejoint un petit peu celle du président. Lorsqu'on est en France, lorsqu'on accueille des étrangers, on a souvent l'envie qui se prête à nos règles, qui respectent notre culture. Et j'en ferai de même lorsque j'irai au Qatar, tout simplement. Donc après, je peux être d'accord ou pas d'accord avec leurs idées, mais je dois montrer du respect par rapport à ça. Pour reprendre des choses, il faut l'accord de la FIFA.
France captain or that will not wear a rainbow armband in World Cup. When we are in France, when we are welcome foreigners, we often want them to follow our rules, to respect their culture, and at least when I go to Qatar. Try to wear Louis Kane and Coke and learn. Yesterday, over half of Twitter was ready to go to World War III over a hoax. Fools. US funding for war in Ukraine in 9 months. March, 13.6 billion. May, 40 billion. November, 37.7 billion. Biden's new request. That's 91.3 billion. Is 33 more than Russia's total military spending for the year. It's double the US's average annual expenditure for its own war in Afghanistan. Germany sets up emergency cash plans to cope in blackout. For years, Germans told the world that it was proof that a high-energy industrial civilization could be powered by renewables. Now it's preparing for blackouts. Let's discuss the very real possibility that FTX was used as a pass-through vehicle by the National Security Services. It wasn't just money laundering, it was an intelligence operation. Ukraine is an intelligence operation, full stop, hence the Operation Mockingbird level of support for Zelensky. Yesterday was an attempted false flag that fell apart only because of citizen journalists identifying the aircraft. This is why they want to control the internet. We're approaching Christmas, so what's better time for big corporations, advertising agencies, and television in general to reinforce the message? Poland's president says there's a high possibility the missile which landed in the country's territory was fired by Ukrainian air defense systems.
Now more than ever, we're short of workers. We have a population that is not reproducing it on its own with the same level that it used to. The only way we're going to have a great future in America is if we welcome and embrace immigrants, the dreamers, and all of them, because our ultimate goal is to help the dreamers, but get a path to citizenship for all 11 million or however many undocumented there are here. Now more than ever, we're short of work.
He sounds like a terrible impressionist of the JFK clone high voice. Can't believe Schumer is peddling the Great Replacement conspiracy theory. FTX was just polyamorous with people's money. Net result of FTX is that billions of dollars were stolen from crypto investors to give the Democrat-aligned politicians, nonprofits, and journalists. This is why there may be no prosecution. Stuff's retweeting Paul. I am not. Maybe. What happened? Not legal advice, not financial advice, so as I remember, but my memory might be faulty in parts. I'll get to what happened, but for now, let's just talk about where we are today. To the best of my knowledge, as part of post 11.7, with the potential for errors, Alameda had more assets than liabilities, MTM, but not liquid. Alameda had margin position on FTX, and FTX US had enough to repay all customers. Not necessarily everyone agrees with this. You're going to jail, my guy. When the criminal record, the government gave you exclusions from the draft. Britain doesn't have a draft. Miller did hundreds of other places until the shit hit the fan. I was scared there for a second. When you think about the current Poland border missile crisis, giant penis, big misunderstanding, I just tripped. Good news, tiny dicks might come back into fashion, and we shall return to normalcy. I mean. I don't think he saw it right. Punting relaunch will be verified on November 29th to make sure that it is rock solid. Are you going to let people change their names once they verify, asking as someone who is now stuck as a chicken sandwich? With new release, changing your verified name will cause loss of checkmark until name is confirmed by Twitter to meet terms of service. Elon, please! But honestly, this does sound fine. As long as they're quick about it. Now, 8 billion people on this rock. I mean, I did hear like a couple of months ago that it would hit at any time. But I mean, remember only a couple of years ago, we were only at like 7.1, I think, or 7.4. My wife sends me pictures of exactly where my dinner is because she knows I will forget it because I'm a retard. This is because there have been several occasions where she has made my dinner or has my dinner already made in the fridge, but I'll come home and make myself something else there because I thought it was there.